So good morning, everybody. I am just doing a bit of a test now to see if I can actually get this thing to work. And good morning, Mandy.
Good morning.
Good morning. Can you see me?
I can see you.
Woo, we got it to work. I mean, I absolutely hate technology. I'm useless at it. And so stuff like this I find really, really difficult. But lovely to see you on here this morning, and good morning to everybody. So the idea behind it is to try and catch up with some previous guests, share a bit of inspiration in what I think is quite a turbulent time at the moment in the world. So I think a bit of positivity is needed, and I think women are the perfect people to try and do that. So this morning's guest, I've got Mandy Taylor, who has become a really good friend of mine. We met, it seems like ages ago now, Mandy, but it's probably only the beginning of the year, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not very long ago, is it? And I'm actually smiling, Rachel, if I may do. During lockdown, I've been wearing slogan T-shirts.
Yes.
I put the right one on for the day, didn't I?
You really did. You absolutely did. So how are you doing, Mandy? How have you been over the weekend?
Oh, well, you've asked me the question, so I'll give you a very honest answer, if I may do. A weekend of extremes, to be fair with you. So I'm very much governed by the weather. It governs my mood, and Saturday was dark and grey and horrible and raining, and I felt that had really dampened my spirits on Saturday. And I had a bit of a dark day, to be fair with you. I didn't have the greatest days. All sorts of reasons. I think the lockdown and everything that's been happening, the politics, the matters, absolutely everything really got to me on Saturday, and I just decided to embrace the moment and go with the mood and not fight it, which sometimes you just have to. But Sunday, I woke up with renewed vigour. I've got a very sore bottom because I decided to I cycle up Home Moss, which is like that. It's vertical. 1,700 feet of cycling and climbing above sea level.
Oh, ouch.
And what I realised was when you set off, you can't stop. So you get to the bottom, you just keep on going and turning those wheels accordingly. So yeah, I've had a good week. I hope you have too.
To be honest, I was exactly the same. I've had a real roller coaster, and Saturday, I really struggled on Saturday. I found everything that's going on. I think the lack of structure to my day, not been working as much, not been working at all, and then obviously there's everything that's going on with the Black Lives Matter. And Saturday was really quite a difficult day. So yesterday the sun was shining and we went out and managed to get some fresh air. And like you say, the weather makes such a difference, doesn't it?
It certainly does. I think the vitamin D, the sunlight, it just helps you from a well-being and holistic point of view and everything really. And thank God for the weather that we've had during lockdown, because I think from a mental health point of view, many of us would have gone crazy if it hadn't been for the weather we've enjoyed.
Yeah. So if anybody that doesn't know you, how do you describe yourself?
Oh, my words. Bonkers. No. Oh my golly. I'm the girl that needs 8 days in her week and 25 hours in a day. Professionally, I'm the girl with 2 fabulous jobs. I'm very, very lucky and blessed. So I work for Topic UK magazine, which I've been doing now for nearly 2 years, which is the Yorkshire B2B magazine. We also have a sister publication called Yorkshire Businesswoman, and we're delighted that you contribute towards that too. So that's super. And when I'm not with Topic, I'm generally, but not at the moment, with Beebe's Italianissimo in Leeds, an Italian restaurant and show bar that's been trading since 1974. So clearly there's strange times professionally for me.
Yes.
Moment in time, busier than ever with the magazine, and just desperately awaiting the time when it's safe to return to Beebe's. To be fair with you, my role there is all about sales, business, huge events, charity work. Obviously, things when we come back to this new normal, they're going to be slightly different for me, but I'm feeling optimistic. And when I'm not working, Rachel, I'm working.
Yeah, you don't stop.
I've got charity at heart. I really have. Um, it's just something that has always been there. It's been there since 2004
Mm.
when I was a fundraiser. But since then, I've just progressed. I formed an organisation called Charity Angels in 2011, which has resurrected itself during lockdown. Which has
Yes,
been
I've seen that. Yeah, brilliant.
really good. So basically, I give me to charities and causes, my time, my energy, my skill, my goodwill, and try and make a difference, and try and be the difference that sometimes charities need.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know, many charities now, as you can appreciate, Rachel, are going through such troubling times.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's really worrying because obviously the income that they would have generated in the last 3 or 4 months from people doing fundraising events has just not happened. It's a real worry for them moving forward, isn't it?
It's frightening. I mean, don't get me
Yeah,
wrong. We've been phenomenal, and the support we've given towards the NHS, Colonel Tom and all that he's done.
yeah,
Yeah, take my hat off to everybody who's done that. However, you know, there's other mouths to feed out there, aren't there? Other charities now are really going to possibly suffer slightly as a consequence of the generosity during lockdown. But I've
yeah,
always maintained with charities that it's not always about the money. Sometimes we can all make a difference in a different kind of way. So it's giving your time, maybe clearing out the wardrobes during lockdown and making sure that charity shops have stock, that they turn into money.
yeah.
Offering your skill and goodwill. I have a super friend who's a photographer who's just put out today, he's going to do free photography for them.
Oh, brilliant.
Marketing campaigns.
Yeah.
And then also, we've got to also think about the organisations like the Great Get Together.
Yes, I was going to ask you about that because that would have, when would that have normally happened?
This weekend's coming up.
Right.
Yeah.
So instead of the sociable event that it is, that's really become kind of a hub for lots of communities, what are they going to do to replace that?
Yeah, so this year it's all about the power of the community. So we're on year 4 of the Great Get Together, which is a legacy left behind in memory of the wonderful Joe Cox MP. Now, I have to say, through my work with Charity Angels, it's non-political, it's non-discriminatory. It's not. It's about the cause and the reason. And I happen to know Joe's sister Kim Leadbeater very well, that I came on board to help them. So this time, for the 19th to the 21st of June, it's about the power of the community. It's about being sensible and safe and connecting with people. So from my point of view, I've been growing plants and potting plants, and we'll be doing plant swaps with friends and neighbours. And those that haven't got gardens, I'm leaving plants for them to put inside or out. So it's just that connection.
Yeah, so, that's such a good idea.
Yeah, it could be that people create greetings cards with messages of hope and inspiration, leave them on doorsteps, have a coffee over the fence with somebody, take a flask, leave it on a doorstep. There's so much that we can do. Just got to do it differently this year.
Yeah, I love the way actually that people have been adapting during lockdown to being creative in trying to help raise money for charities. I know you've also been doing quite a lot of volunteer work, haven't you, during the last 2 or 3 months? What else have you been up to?
Oh my words, I've not done enough. I'm a bit frustrated.
Oh, I think you have.
I want to do more. But no, obviously my loyalties lie with work and magazine and Jill and Rob, my team. But when I haven't been working, I've been going to food banks, community projects, completely PPE, obviously. So face mask and the gloves. I've had to look after my health due to my health over the years.
Yes.
So now it's been about creating food parcels, delivering food, sorting out clothing, just helping where it's needed most, really, as best as I can do.
Have you found that that's something that's kept your motivation going and your kind of the way you're feeling during lockdown? Because it's quite a difficult time, isn't it? Because our worlds have been turned upside down and everything feels like it's stopped. Has the charity work really kind of helped you keep going?
Beyond doubt. Without that, I've definitely crashed and burnt. Yes, it has. I've filled the days, I've filled the time, I've given to others to make a difference. And I can't imagine. I mean, with respect to the husband, I love him to death. No.
I have seen you been exercising together and going out on your bike, which has been really good fun to watch.
No, Andrew doesn't go out on the bike. So Andrew's contribution to my cycling up home moss yesterday was being at the top with a bottle of Prosecco, a tiny single bottle of Prosecco.
Oh.
That's his contribution.
How long did it take you to get up the hill?
Oh, don't ask. The problem is, as I say, once you set off, you can't stop.
Yeah.
And it was all men, and they were very professional men that had come from all over Yorkshire to cycle it, the idiots. And once you're in the queue, you can't get out of the queue. You've just got to keep on going. And they were very chivalrous, the guys behind me. They wouldn't overtake me, and they were urging me on. I can't begin to tell you how many swear words came out.
Brilliant.
I didn't know I knew that language.
But you are that's an example of how driven you are. You are such a driven woman. What is it that is in you that drives you forward so much to overcome hurdles? Because you don't let things stop in your way, do you?
I used to do. This all changed in, oh crikey, 2011, when I was in my early 40s. Before then, I was energetic, don't get me wrong, but I was a bit more balanced and a bit more steady. And then in 2011, I was told I had breast cancer. And that to me was the rocket at my bottom that possibly I needed to get out there and do more and make each day matter.
Yeah. And how are your legs this morning?
My legs are fine. It's my
body. Are they?
No.
That's what puts me off, because Mark and I did London to Brighton about 6 years ago, and I don't think I've been on a bike since because my backside killed.
The more you do it. Well, I was diagnosed with the mastectomy and reconstruction in the October of 2011. And then my first public outing was to a charity fundraising dinner, possibly about 3 weeks post-op. And I still had the drain bags and everything. I wasn't very well at all. But over the charity dinner, friends were talking about doing a charity bike ride. And they suggested it'd be good for me to recuperate and aim towards partaking. And I remember saying to them, the last time I rode a bike, I was 11. I had a purple rally bike. But you know what? Why not? I'll give it a go. I'll ask Sam to bike for Christmas. And they said, don't worry, the bike ride is in May 2012, so you've got plenty of time to get recuperating back on. What they didn't tell me was the ride was just short of 300 miles over 3.5 days.
Wow, that's a lot of cycling. That's a lot of time on the bike.
So kind of like, I did it, and we had a super time. We raised a lot of money for an amazing charity. And then after that, I thought nothing can be as bad as this at all from a cycling point of view. And I've just kept on pedaling ever since.
Yeah.
And I love it. You know, it's great. It's good fun.
Yeah. How much has that helped your body confidence as well? Because when you go through an experience like that, obviously it knocks you. But by doing challenges and exercise and getting out there, has that really helped your body confidence?
Oh, crikey, I struggle with that one. I would say yes and no. I mean, Lycra isn't forgiving. So I tend to make sure I'm very bright and colourful. Stand out, not for vanity, just more for safety, to be fair with you. And yeah, I suppose, to be fair, Rachel, I've disassociated from here down. I don't seem to have any connection. And that probably is the cause of the breast cancer. I've had it twice because it came back 3 years ago. So as long as that bit's okay, I kind of like forget about here. And the reason that I wear slogan T-shirts is it deviates from my body. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm getting everyone to look at this bit. Oh, hello. Rachel, for some reason, I seem to have lost you.
I'm here. Sorry about that. Lost connection.
It's not a problem at all.
I hadn't even thought about that, because you wear slogan T-shirts all the time. It's part of your kind of, not branding, but it's always the fun part of you where you wear these different T-shirts. And I hadn't even thought about the fact that it psychologically for you is a way of kind of detracting.
It is. So it's the frame. That's where it ends. Yeah, that's how I do it anyway, because I have wonky boobs. Surgery hasn't been. Oh, he's still there.
I am.
Surgery hasn't been kind to me. Neither has radiotherapy. So yeah, I am quite disfigured now. I think to myself, well, I can't change that. This is who I am. This is me. You know, I'm bruised and I'm battered and I'm scarred, but I'll just keep on keeping on, really, and trying to be positive.
Yeah, and also I know it's something that you're working on, because you and I did the fashion show together, didn't we, with the lovely Natalie Anderson? That was really good fun working on that together. How did you feel after you'd done that? Because I know you were nervous beforehand.
Yeah, I felt quite liberated, to be fair, afterwards.
Good.
I enjoyed it. It was for a number of reasons. I think it's more the camaraderie backstage in fashion, new people. We've all got a story to tell.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I think we're all really guilty of making a first impression, which occasionally is not the right one.
Yes, yeah, I completely agree. And I think that's what I'm missing the most about not working, is mixing with different people and finding out, you know, their stories and that communication, but meeting new people, because I love meeting new people. So I found that really quite difficult, being out of the loop. And I guess with BB's, because you're such a front of house person at BB's, you must be missing that connection too.
Oh, I can't begin to tell you how much. BB's is a place where memories are made that last time. You know, from 1974, they've had generations their doors, really. And yeah, it's been tough for me, the vibe and the buzz of seeing an event that I've orchestrated and organised come through to fruition at the end with success. I've missed it, but you know, yes, and I completely agree with what's happened. I'm not saying that I'll agree with the length of time it's going to take to fix.
Yes, yeah.
But we had to lock down. We had no option.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, our staff, their welfare was the most important thing to us.
Completely.
It completely happened. And how business will look when we return, who knows what the new normal is going to be like for a while. It's going to be tough. It's going to be hard.
Yeah. What have you learned anything else about yourself during lockdown? Has it given you time to kind of stop and reflect and think, okay, this is what I've learned?
You know, it has. I'm not as materialistic now.
Yeah. We don't need half the things, do we, that we think we do?
Not at all. It's amazing what we don't need and how something just became routine and habit. I think I've learned that I'm going to shop more locally, more independent stores. Not saying there's not a place for high street and the retailers that are there, but I think I need to support those that are local and make a difference in my community, to be fair with you. I think I've learned how to pick up the telephone. I think we've all forgotten to call people.
You're right. We send text, and it's not the same, is it, at all? Because things get lost in translation, and it's just that lack of human touch, isn't it?
Isn't it? Yeah. And, you know, I try to make a rule every day to ring one person at least and say, how are you today? Just how are you? Yeah, we assume everyone's okay because we're in lockdown or whatever it's been, but no, people have been in dark places, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. Yeah. Has it made you? I mean, you are a real community person anyway. You love your area and you love the community you live in. But has it made you fall in love with it even more?
Yes, I think when I used to go out bike riding, it was a rush. It was squeezing in, and I literally just saw the end destination point. I didn't soak up the atmosphere, the sounds. I love Yorkshire. I mean, what's there not to love? So as it's opened my senses up, I think, to sights and smells and sounds. Really,
definitely.
It must do. I'm not in the car. I've hardly used the car. I've got feet. I can walk.
Yeah. I've enjoyed it because I've kind of struggled living where I live, because it's really beautiful, it's pretty, but in my head I've always wanted to move away because I've lived here all my life. And so actually I have fallen in love with our little village a lot more, because I've just been walking and I've actually found places that I've never even knew existed right on my doorstep. So that's been something that I've actually really enjoyed about lockdown, is getting to know the community a bit more. What's kind of the thing that you're most looking forward to after all this is over? Is it work, getting back to work?
Oh my words. Yeah, I have to say, there's a number of things, Rachel, to be fair with you. I'm looking forward to seeing people and businesses recover.
Yeah.
not just one business,
Yeah.
working in the UK, I've seen firsthand some of our partners really, really struggle. And I wish every continued success and that they can get back on the feet as quickly as possible. The Peace Hall in Halifax are one of our partners, and it suddenly closed their doors. Concerts were cancelled, events were postponed, the retailers couldn't trade anymore. A massive impact on so many people, and they are a charity, so I want to see recovery for everybody. That's what
I've never been. Mark and I were having a conversation about the Peace Hall because I've still not been, so it's definitely on my list of places to come and visit and I think it is slowly starting to open, isn't it?
Today? Yeah.
Is it today?
Yeah, some of the retailers are opening today by appointment only, which is
right.
Have ambitious plans for the future, but not just the Peace Hall, just every type of business, small to large. Things to start moving again for everybody.
And talking about ambitions, have you been planning? Have you been using this time to think of what you're going to do next? Because I know you've got a head full of ideas.
Oh, I'm sure we had this conversation once.
Yeah.
And I think I might have surprised you. Said I never plan anything.
Yes.
And as I said at the time, it's when you've had the diagnosis of cancer twice, it puts everything into a whole new perspective. And holidays that were planned and trips and adventures suddenly get cancelled and life's put on hold. So although I'm into year 3 and I know I'm going to be absolutely fine, I try not to look too far to the future and just live for the day. And don't get me wrong, in business, no, I do plan for the future. But in my personal life, I just think, right, what can we do today? Possibly towards the end of the week, I'll forecast that too. But apart from that, I'm shocking, really.
No, I think it's good because you do live in that moment more where lots of us, and I'm guilty of that, I'm constantly got a head full of things that I want to do. So I'm always planning forward rather than actually sometimes just living in that moment. So I think actually it's a real skill to be able to do that. And obviously you've learned from your experience, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, don't get me wrong, from a charity work, well, I say work, it's volunteer work, isn't it? Plan those. They're planned into the diary or were planned into the diary accordingly. But I just fit things in, family's a priority. I've got to make sure there's time for guys and friends. But no, I just plan to get through the day.
Yeah. And what does your well-being look like? What have you kind of done for yourself during this time to kind of keep a check on where you're at with everything?
Oh my words, what have I done? I've had routine. Routine hasn't gone out the window, which I think has been important for me. So I've got every day. I've made sure I've got up, got dressed, got my t-shirt on, washed my hair, feeling good. I've tried to look at my nutrition and diet and eat better, which has been beneficial for me actually. Done quite specific. I struggle with the menopause terribly, so that's given me time to look at that.
Yeah.
It really has. And just make sure that I get an exercise every day, a walk, a cycle ride, anything really, just some fresh air. And step away from technology as well. I think that's something in lockdown. I don't know if you feel that way.
Yeah, I mean, because I've not had, obviously social media is part of my job in terms of the modelling and being visible, but I've spent much less time on it because obviously I've not had the content to kind of get out there anyway, and it has been quite nice. And I am thinking actually I would probably quite enjoy a week off it all, so I might schedule that in and just have a complete break from it all, just to kind of have a week without it.
Absolutely, and I think we all need that. I think we get in this reality virtual world, feeling the pressure to conform and be present and visible. And there's nothing wrong with switching it all off here and now. I don't think
no, life still goes on without you on it for a week.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it really does.
I'm a FOMO. I think I have a fear of missing out. I think that's my
Yeah. I'm the same because I've kind of got, especially now I've turned 50, I've got so much I want to do and I'm scared that I've not got enough time to do it. But actually, I think you've just got to go, okay, just take a deep breath and relax and stop stressing about stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, when I cycled yesterday to her Moss, my best friend was a few meters behind me, let's say, and she did that to celebrate her 60th birthday.
So, fantastic.
No, age is only a number. It really is.
Yeah, it really is.
So, and I've embraced my 50s. It's been transforming for me. I think that in your 50s, you can get away with so much more.
I like that. I like the sound of that one.
True. It's really
Yeah.
true. You've got that inner confidence. You've been there. You've done it. You've worn the t-shirt. You know, you can bring so much to the world, and now's our time to enjoy fashion and to make a statement.
Yeah. So I'm quite happy about being 50. It's not something that's phased me at all. I'm just like, bring it on now. Let's see what this decade's got to bring. But it's been so lovely to talk with you this morning, Mandy. Thank you so much. I know you've got to get cracked on with work again. So I will love you and leave you. And I look forward to coming and celebrating at BB's with you very, very soon when you're back open.
Likewise, and let's hope the hairdressers have opened by then too.
And do you know, I've not had my hair cut for a year, I realised, a year. So I'm now desperately, I normally get it cut in London. So I'm desperately trying to find a local hairdresser that will be able to fit me in.
Insane.
You've not resorted to doing it yourself then?
I'm not saying a word. Take care, and thank you, Rachel, as always, and good luck for the future. Thanks, lovely.
Pleasure. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.
Well, that was this morning's first out of the bubble guest, and I managed to get it working, so that's a huge plus. And I have got different guests on every day this morning, this week, 10:30. So tomorrow I'm going to be talking to Kate Blakemore, and she is the CEO of the Motherwell Cheshire charity, women's charity, and she's a mental health and wellbeing for women's advocate. So I'm going to be talking to Kate about all the great work she does, but also finding out how women that she's been helping along the way through lockdown have coped, and how the charity's coping. So that's going to be an interesting talk, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye.